I jumped into Demon Souls, the PS5 remaster, and I haven't been enjoying myself, thank God.
Is Demon Souls, the original Demon Souls, is a From Software game by Hidetaka Miyazaki, which was kind of like the early development of the Souls games that we know now today. Now, Demon Souls was like the first, and the one that we all know now is Dark Souls. And I feel like Demon Souls is that one that kind of was the forgotten stepchild of like, It was the first game, and it was really good, but it was Dark Souls that kind of like position it further out into mainstream. And then we have Bloodborne, and then like obviously the continuation of the Dark Souls series. But this is this particular game here is Bluepoint Games complete remake of the game that From Software made back in the day.
Interesting story that is they open with a cutscene. They tell you about this world where people have used the soul magic to do stuff in the world, and somehow they've unleashed a god, an evil god who's come down and wreaked havoc on the world, and now you gotta try to stop this god and right the wrongs that this group of people have created. And you go through the world collecting souls and making yourself better, and as you progress you kill demons and eventually get to the end boss and send them back to hell. Jumped into Bloodborne because Devin was making us play it, and I was like, oh god. I couldn't get past it, and I just freaking sucked. And then I watched Devin play, and I was like, oh, I get it now. And from that point forward, I've really enjoyed all of them. I played 3 for a little bit, didn't get too far into it, and didn't get too far in Bloodborne, but, you know, I try to make my way that way. And after playing this game, I actually want to jump into Sekiro now. I really want to try that out.
Yeah.
Apparently, it plays pretty good on the PlayStation 5. Like, you start, like, there's a bunch of characters that you can, or classes you can pick from that are all, you know, unique in their own way and have different items and stuff. And then you go into the world, and you learn very quickly that it's not forgiving, and you have to literally get good in order to progress in the world. And it's all about failing and learning from your mistakes and going forward. And I think growing up on games that aren't like this, it's very hard to jump into something of this magnitude and unforgivingness, because usually it's a game on rails, and with this one it's kind of you make of it what it is, or what you have, and you have to have the fortitude, I guess, to go back and do everything again, because you can get super far, right, and the level, and if you don't get to that save point, or kind of that checkpoint, to go back and use your souls that you've collected to level up, you could easily lose a bunch of progress. And that's one of the most damning things for the soul games, is that a lot of people see that and they're like, I just don't want to do this. And I totally understand. Like, it can be daunting. And a couple of times here, I felt very daunted. Like, I started a character, actually had my girlfriend design it. So I was like, okay, this character is you. And I kept getting stopped at a certain point. I was like, why is this getting so difficult now? Like, I faced this giant behemoth guy, and I was like, I shouldn't be here right now. And I was just getting creamed, you know, I was just trying to level. And I think that's where it got very, I had to farm a lot of souls in order to level up, in order to beat some of these characters, right? Eventually, I went and made a new character as myself. I got new weapons, because originally I had a shield and a sword, and I was doing pretty good. But one of these videos recommended that you be this guy with a pole arm, not a pole arm, with like a pole axe. And so you have more distance on you, and you still have a shield, and you're very heavily fortified. A lot more. It's easier to breeze through some of these low-level creatures and level up faster. So there's not a lot of lore, and that was one of the other things, is like it's not told to you like a traditional story. But I think nowadays more people like scatter things throughout the world for you to kind of dive deeper into what's going on in the world and where people have been, if you want to do that. And it's very much like that here. Like, you just don't...
The environmental storytelling.
Yeah. Like, you pick things up and you got to read items and see what they do. Like, they don't tell you, this is a bomb, or this thing helps you, not bleed as much, or takes away poison. And one thing I forgot was, so there's like a multiplayer aspect to this game, right? So you have blood messages, and it's something you can leave on the ground. You could be like, hey, there's a trap coming up, or hey, watch around the corner, or hey, there's a treasure. to the right or something, like little awesome messages, and then you can summon people to come into your game and play with you, which I knew those two things were part of the game. But I forgot invasions was a thing. And so like something popped up and I wasn't paying attention. And I was like, wait, what? Something just like spawned? I was like, I don't understand. I didn't see nobody. Like I was just playing my game. I thought it was just, and I was down underneath this bridge where this dragon's blowing fire over everything. And this person comes in. I was like, oh shit, and they're red. So I already knew from Dark Souls 3 that was a thing. And I guess they didn't see me, and I was attacking a dog that was down there, and I attacked at the right time and did a backstab. And this person, I took half their health down, and a backstab is like an animation type thing where you do a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. And when they got back up, they like weren't wearing much, and so I tried to attack. So I ran away, and I was like, okay, if I can just get back to the checkpoint, like I can get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I got back to the checkpoint, and there was a cloud wall, like because they have that fog that separates certain areas that you have to activate to go past. Well, that thing was not able. I was not able to activate it, so I was stuck in like this zone with this person, and they just came out of nowhere and just murdered me. But in that whole process of me trying to run away and like get into a safe spot, somehow they'd poisoned me, or someone had poisoned me, and I didn't realize it was taking down all of my armor durability, weapon durability. Yeah. I was dying slowly, and I didn't realize that I had something in there to stop all that. So by the time I died and respawned, I had no armor and I had no weapon. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So what I've had to do now was first I had a bunch of souls that you find in the world that you can use in order to increase your how many souls you have in your pool, so you can purchase upgrade your stats or repair your items. I had enough in there to repair 2 of my items, so I had to go back into the world and grind away just to get enough souls to repair my items. So I've been stonewalled, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, this is enough to make someone stop. I mean, I know there's some cool stuff out there, so I was like, I'm going to do this. And I realized I have a thing now that allows me to return to the Nexus, which is where the safe zone is for you to upgrade and do other things that I'm going to have to use that next time. And I was like, what the fuck? Can I not turn this off? Like, why would you do this? And the guy has spawned in at an early point in the game, so that's where all the low-level people are, basically. So you're fucking over potentially brand new people. If you go on the PlayStation 5 website, they have invasions listed. That's what it says. If you feel like ruining someone's day, you can use the Black Eye Stone in soul form to actually invade a body form player's game as a Black Phantom. And I was like, oh my god.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but there's 5 worlds that you could go to, and they're all very different. One of them's a prison, which has mind flayers, and I just went there recently, and they have this thing where they electrocute you, so you get stunned, and they just walk up to you and eat your brains, and then you die, and you have to start all over. And I was like, oh my god,
great!
There's some crazy shit in this world, man. It's awesome. I mean, the worlds I've been to all of them, but I haven't traversed them very much because you kind of have to you need to level up. There's just no way.
Yeah. So is it linear in any way, or is it sounds like it's kind of non-linear?
It's linear to a point, and once you kill your first boss, it opens up to you. So you could go at that before you can only stay in that one world, but after that you can go to any of the other 5 worlds as you see fit.
Okay.
And some of the worlds you can't just beat all the way through. Like some of those people are like super higher level than you are, and so you have to go to other worlds and then come back.
And do you know what the level is of the enemies you're fighting? Like, is that plainly like laid out, or is it you just fight them and find out, oh, they just like killed me in one hit and you're dead?
Yes, exactly.
So I've heard from people that have played this game that there are moments where, or actually not even moments where, that in this game, which is opposite of some of the games, that fighting just enemies is harder than the actual bosses themselves.
They can be, yeah.
Yeah. Just like,
but I've only fought one technically, and the second one I fought was super gigantic.
What's the mechanics of the combat like? I mean, I know obviously there's like an attack and a parry, but is there a light attack, a heavy attack? Is there? I mean, there's a dodge. I'm assuming. Like, what are the different controls you have available to you to fight?
So you have a light attack, a heavy attack. So more of like a quick attack, and then a slower attack, which is a heavy attack. You could have a shield. You can put your shield away and have a two-handed weapon if you have a two-handed weapon, or you can grip it with your weapon with two hands, which allows it to be more powerful. So with my pole arm axe, when I have the shield out, I do more of like swinging back and forth. So if I'm in a tight area, I'm banging on the wall, and it makes me not able to actually attack. Like I get bounced back. So I have to put my shield away and hold it with two hands, and I attack forward instead of sweeping attacks. And it also does more damage that way. So the last character I played had a sword and shield, but you can put the shield away and then have basically do a two-handed sword.
Okay.
Which allows you to do more like sweeping. Little things like that. There's magic users you can pick, and they have wands and stuff and spells.
'Cause I feel like all I've seen people play in this game is the sword and board dude. That's just like he runs around. He's got a big long sword in one hand. He's got a shield in the other hand. And like that's the combat that I've seen. So I didn't realize that there was all these different classes and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they say that the magic users are just they're too good. And I can see that because you can stand far away and just shoot spells, right? But I feel like with them, it's a little more difficult because you have to worry about your upgrading your health, your magic, and your stamina. And you have to find the right combination for all that.
Right.
At least with sword and board, you just got to worry about your health and your stamina. I mean, for $70, like it looks amazing. It plays super.
Oh, I forgot this was a $70 game.
Amazing.
I mean, do you think it's worth that price point, like that increase, or?
I mean, it's up to each their own. I think maybe waiting. I mean, more games are going to come out, but for what it is, like, I wish I would have started it sooner last year when it first came out. But obviously, I was playing Miles Morales.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Like, I like it. You're going to get a lot of time into this game.
Yeah.
Probably like over 30 hours. Probably way over 30 hours. For new people jumping into it or wanting to jump into it, like, you're going to get frustrated a lot. You got to pace yourself with this game, which I do. I'll go in, I'll get some souls, I'll upgrade a few times, and maybe I'll just stop. Because I think you do get to a point where you get so frustrated, like you just can't win. You're so angry that you just can't do the moves that you need to at the correct time.
Yeah.
And but yeah, practice makes perfect. So the farther you get into it, the better you get.
Yeah. Yeah. They say on How Long to Beat, the main story average is like 23 and a half hours. Main plus extra is like 30. So you're probably looking around 30 hours to finish it and knock through it. But so, I mean, as far as graphics go, I mean, I've seen videos that are in 1080p that look really good. But I mean, like, do you feel, how does this compare visually? I mean, I know it's very different, but like, do you think this is a better looking game than Miles Morales? Or do you think I mean, those are really the only two like PS5 only games that we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah.
How does it compare?
I would say it does look better than Miles Morales because this tries to go for kind of a more realistic feeling.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, it's like dark fantasy based, so there's a lot more atmosphere in this, and they can go as far as they want with it, and they really do.
That's awesome.
And Miles Morales is more like, it's more like, the lighting's realistic, but it's more stylized in a way.
Yeah, it's getting. I mean, it got great reviews. I mean, I think Metacritic's like around a little over 90, but like everybody's reviewing it over 9 out of 10, 9.92 out of 100.
Oh, yeah.
Like it got fantastic reviews. The Bluepoint, yet again, I mean, their last game that they brought, I mean, they've just done remakes. I'm anxious to see what they do with their own IP because I think they're about to start working on their own game. But like the last game that they did was Shadow of the Colossus remake, which was awesome and really beautiful to play and just, I mean, fun. And this one has definitely gotten a lot of solid remarks. So
they need to remake Bloodborne, damn it. I want that bad. It's such a good game.
Yeah. I like to go back and play it now that it's on the PS Plus collection, just to see if I die or not often, which I probably would, but I'm kind of afraid. I don't feel like these games are right for me. They're too intense. It's too much.
Yeah, they might be for a lot of people. But they've made me respect gaming more in the sense that I'm not going to stray away from the challenge anymore. Like, I see a challenge, I know I can get past this. I mean, got past challenges of Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and now Demon Souls. Like, there is no challenge that is too big for me now.